Hey guys, Average Joe DIY Mechanic here, and today we're going to be doing a ball joint, lower ball joint on 2011 Hyundai Sonata. Now, just, I'm not bashing any particular company or anything, but I could not find a cheaper version of this particular ball joint for this make and model because it's a 2011 Hyundai Sonata GLS non-sport edition, okay? And the only ones they had at Advance and at AutoZone and even at Napa was the Sport Edition. So, yeah, I had to go to CarQuest and get a Moog part, and I'll give you guys that number here. Hold on one second. But yeah, I had to get the Moog one, which is part number. There's the part number, guys, if you could see it. Okay. That's the part number. But yeah, I had to go with a Moog one. It's lifetime warranty, but yeah, it cost me $80. And the other cheaper version was about $32. So yeah, a considerable increase in price. So before you attempt to do this job, make sure you get the right parts for your car. Because you don't want to do like me, where yesterday I was involved in doing the other side over here, the passenger side, because, if one needs to be changed, I'm like, well, both of them need to be changed. So I did this one over here yesterday, and I ran into a problem with the parts. And then I had to hunt down all afternoon for a place that sold the right parts. So anyways, guys, like I said, this is kind of an easy job, okay, but not really. Be ready. You might run into some snags, okay? But anyways, to do this job, you really only got 3 bolts. You got 3 bolts right there, if you can see them, okay? They're right there. You got 1 on top and then 2 underneath, okay? And then you also have this bolt right here that has to come out to release the ball joint that'll drop down. Okay, now the tools you're gonna need for this job, you're gonna need a 17 millimeter wrench or socket, whichever one you got. Well, preferably both, because when you go to do this bolt in particular, you're gonna need a 17 wrench and a 19 millimeter wrench also, or ratchet, whichever one you guys have available. And you're also gonna need what's called a ball joint separator tool, okay? They're pretty cheap. I call them a pickle fork because that's what they look like. But you're gonna need this little bad boy here to wedge in between. You put it right in there and you knock it with a hammer loose, and it drops this control arm down, and then it frees up the knuckle. So I mean, it's a pretty easy, as far as steps job. It's not really hard, but it is time consuming, because yesterday I started at 11:30 in the morning, and it literally took me half a day to get this done. So I'm out here again at about 10 o'clock this morning, and we're hoping to get this done today. But yes, it's just be ready for rust is the biggest thing I'm going to tell you guys. Be ready for rust, especially if you live up north. If you live down south, you don't really got to worry about it as much. But if you got rust, you might have to break out the torch and use it to get some of the stuff loose. But I live up in New York, so we got a lot of rust. So yeah, that's hence what you see underneath here, a rusted pile. So yeah, I'm like every other person out here. I'm just an average Joe, just trying to get by. But if this helps somebody out, I'm all for it. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video. And hey, if you subscribe, that'd be cool too, because anything you guys want to know about that you don't know about on your own particular make and model, shoot me something in the comments. I read them, I check them all the time, and I'll make a whole video about it. So, just let me know what you guys want done. But anyways, getting back to this, it's very simple. Like I said, you take them 3 bolts loose, okay? And what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna get something in between here to break this rust weld loose that's gonna be here, Okay, you're gonna have to do some hammering, but it is doable. But yeah, just be ready for the rust. As far as the bolts coming out, I didn't have a problem with the bolts coming out, other than this castle nut right here that doesn't have a cotter pin in it, but should. Okay, it kind of, you don't want to whack it on the end, but if you do, just make sure that the tip isn't sticking out. Make it flush with the end. I found that was pretty easy. I used a little wooden block instead of hitting it square with the hammer. I hit it with a wooden block, and you know, I found with the wooden block it was easy to knock it loose. So that's what I'll suggest too, guys. If you got to, a wooden block will help, especially when you're putting the new ball joint back in. I got a sealed one like down here, underneath here. You're gonna wanna like lightly tap on the bottom, but use a wooden block. It'll help you. It won't damage the ball joint, and you don't have to worry about, you know, doing any damage to it. So yeah, just get ready for the rust, guys. That's the best I could tell you. But other than that, Average Joe DIY signing out. I hope this helps, guys. Remember, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you like the video. Thank you.